Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel Learn Math with Badr. Today we will see how to use the laws of exponent, or by how to use the laws of exponent to solve the exponent questions or power questions. So first of all, the rule for laws of exponent is multiplying power with the same base. Like rule is that when you have a basis same, you will add the powers, and you just write once the base that's given. So let's say we have a question like this. For example, 5 to the power of 3, and it's multiplying by 5 to the power of 7. Now what the base is 5, and what's the power is 3 and 7. But what's the rule is, the first rule of indices is that when you have bases same and there is a product sign in the middle, you're gonna add the top values and you're gonna just write base once. So we look at here, multiplying power with same base. 5 and 5 is same, so I'm gonna write 5 here as it is, and then you're gonna add 3 plus 7. 3 plus 7, that's equals to 10. So we got 5 to the power of 10, and that's our answer. Let's take one more example. We have, let's say, 7 to the power of 2, and the next one is 7 to the power of minus 1, because numbers are integers, they can be positive and they can be negative, and still you have a multiply sign in the middle. So would you able to use this multiplication rule? Yes, we can use that multiplication law because there is a multiply sign in the middle. And the second thing that we have to check for that is 7. 7 is same here. 7 is our base. So 7 is same. So we will write 7 just once. And 2 minus 1 was that's, you will first of all write as it is. And then next step we will write 7 to the power of 1. So this is the way to do it. You have to keep in mind these 2 points. There is a product sign in the middle and bases are same. Let's move on the second rule. The second rule is dividing powers with the same base. As like we have seen for multiplication, for dividing power, we'll say when you are having bases same and they are dividing. So we already know that division means that repeated number of subtraction. So we're gonna do subtraction here. So let's look at the example for dividing one. So let's say we have a question like this. 7 to the power of 8 and divided by 7 to the power of 3. How are we gonna do it? You can see that bases are same, 7 and 7 is same, but their exponents are different. Their exponents are different, but there is divide sign. As you know, division means that repeated number of subtraction, you are taking out the number, right? So when it's dividing and bases are same, you're gonna subtract the power. 8 minus 3, that's equals to 8 minus 3 was that 5. So 7 to the power of 5. So before that, the rule we have seen, there was multiply sign and bases were same. Now there is divide sign and bases are same. What the base is 7. I'm telling again that 7 is our base. You're gonna subtract from 8 the 3, which is 5. We got 7 to the power of 5 as the answer. Sometimes the question is written like this, that you have a divide sign like this, and sometimes we write division like this way as well. If I wrote the same question, 7 to the power of 7 to the power of 8 divided by 7 to the power of 3. Now you can see I wrote in fraction form, but the way same to do, you will do subtract the power. 7 to the power of 8 minus 3. You'll bring this 3 to the top. This is the second rule. Let's look at the second example of it. When you are having negative number, like for example you are having 8 to the power of minus 5, and then is dividing by 8 to the power of plus minus 2. Let's say we have both negative. Now how are we gonna do it? Bases are same. We know that we have still base same, but this divide sign as well. We know that for division we will use subtraction sign. So I'm going to write it here, 8 to the power of minus 5 divided by 8 to the power of minus 2. Now because of the rule, I'm going to write here 8 just once here, minus 5 as it is, and the other minus sign because of division, and I will use for that black color. And the next for the 2, I will put bracket, and then I will write minus, and then I will write here 2. This was the minus 2 that I got from bottom part, and minus 5 that I got from top part, and in the middle there is negative sign. 8 equals to minus 5, and you can see that we have to expand the bracket. You will times the minus with the minus, that will become positive, so plus 2 will be here. Now we can see minus 5 plus 2 was that's 3, but what sign will come with 3? That's negative, because 5 is our bigger number, and bigger number sign we always write whenever we solve the integers. Now it's negative, we got negative power as our answer. So this is the way to do it. Alright, let's move on the third one, power of power. Power of power means that like you have a base and it has power, and then it has one more power, but it is separated by the bracket. You can see here that a to the power of m and bracket and then n, which is equals to a to the power of m times n. Like what they're saying, you have to basically open the bracket. When you open the bracket, so whatever the power you are having inside the base, you will times that power with outside the power indices. And here they give us example as well, like 2 cube to the power of 100 they are saying. So when you have opened the power, you write 2 as it is, you times the 3 with 100, that you got 300. Like we got like this to the power of 300. Let's look at one let's do the one question, one example for it. Let's say we have, mostly students do mistake in power of power question. What they do, like for example, I am writing here 5 and I'm writing here k to the power of 2. Now I have two terms inside and there's a bracket, okay, and now I have to open the bracket. And power of power means that whatever the term and how many terms you have inside, each term will get that power. You will distribute that power with inside each term, not just with the k. Mostly students do this mistake, so you don't have to do this mistake. You have to do very carefully. This 2 will be distributed with inside each term. 5 has no power mentioned, it means it has power 1. So I'm going to write here 5 to the power of 1 times 2, and then I'm going to write here k to the power of, k power was 2 and then outer one times by 2. So you will times the 1 with 2, which is 5 to the power of 2 and k to the power of 4. Now this is the answer, but we can see that 5 to the power of 2 means like you will times the 5 with itself twice. 5 times 5, which is 25. 25 k to the power of 4. If you haven't watched, if you don't know about what is exponent and how to expand the power of it, so you should watch that video in which I have explained about like what exponent is, introduction about the exponent I have explained in that video, and it's very short, not it's very long, so you can watch that video as well. 25 times k to the power of 4, this is our answer. Now if I write one more question here, and one more question is about like, for example, we are having 3 terms inside. Let's say we have 3 square, we have p to the power of 4, we have then x. Now we have this type of question and you have a power minus 2, let's say. Now this is a little bit tricky, but it's very easy to do it. What you're gonna do here, you're gonna times the minus 2, you're gonna distribute. Keep in mind, whenever you open the bracket, if there is a outside power mentioned, you have to distribute that power inside with each term. So you're gonna distribute this minus 2 with this 2, you're gonna distribute this minus 2 with 4, you're gonna distribute with x as well. X has no power mentioned, it means that its power is 1. When any number is written and it has no power mentioned, it means that its power is always 1. So I'm going to distribute this minus 2 with positive 2. I will write here 3 to the power of 2, and I will use blue color for the minus 2, multiply by minus 2. Then I'm going to write here again p to the power of 4, and then times by, I will do minus 2. Then I will do the same thing. I know that x power, we don't know what the x power is, right? Like it's not mentioned there, but we know it's 1. 1, we will times it by which power I am distributing, that is written outside of the bracket, and this is our bracket, so it's minus 2. So for your clearance, so I have just wrote like this, like 2 times minus 2, 4 times minus 2. But when you know this, you don't need to do, this step. Okay, so let's write here 3 to the power of 2 times 2 is 4, so 3 to the power of minus 4. Then I write here p, 4 times 2 is 8, and minus plus is minus, so we got p to the power of minus 8. And the next one would be x to the power of minus 2, because 1 times minus 2 is 2. So this is our final answer. Okay, let's move on the next rule. The next law is about multiplying power with the same exponent. First we have seen power of power, now multiplying power with same exponent. Like you are having a now bases are not same, but you have the power same. Like for example, they gave us 3 square times 4 square, their bases are same. You can just write the power outside of it, and then you can times the 3 times 4, which is 12. So if you look at the example for that, I can write here 2 square times by 3 square. So we can write here that 2 times 3 and to the power of 2, which is 6 square. Okay, next will come there's numbers with exponent 0. Like any number that has a power 0, that will be always equals to 1. So let's say we have an example. Let's say we have a question like this, 5 to the power of 0, we will say it's equals to 1. If I'm saying we have y to the power of 0, we will say that's equals to 1. If I'm saying k to the power of 0, we will say that's equals to 1. Let's do the question of it. We have, let's say we have 5 to the power of 0 plus 2 to the power of 0 plus 5. Now if I look at here, 5 power is 0, which means that it's 1. This 2 power is 0, which means that's 1. But 5 has no power mentioned, which means its power is 1. So I will write 5 as it is, and then I'm going to add it. 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 5 is 7. So 7 is our answer. It was very easy. And if I take the example with let's say we have a question like this. Now how I will do it? Power is 0, it's mean equals to 1, plus power is 0 equals to 1 plus k square. So we got 2 plus k square, and that's our final answer. Okay, now next one that we will look for, that is negative exponent. When we are having the exponent positive, it's very easy and simple to solve it. But when we are having negative exponent, we can't solve it. The rule is that, the condition is that you have to make it positive to solve it, the exponent which you are having negative. So if, for example, I am having 2 to the power of negative 2, I can't solve this one until I make it positive. So if I'm writing here 4 to the power of no, let's say I'm writing here same question but with positive power, and you can see the difference. 2 to the power of positive 2. Now I know this one, that you will times the 2 with itself twice. 2 times 2, which is equals to you got 4, right? But if I talk about this one, I can't solve it. So what the rule is, the rule for this one is that you have to bring this negative 2 down as denominator. Like this 2 has fraction denominator, bottom part, which is 1. So you're gonna flip them. So you will bring the 1 on top, and then you will bring the 2 down. Now 2 power become positive 2, but 2 is in fraction form. So it will become then 1 over 2 square, which means that 2 times 2, which is equals to 1 over 4. So you can see the difference. Negative power is giving us fraction 1/4, and positive power is giving us 4. Let's look at one more example when we are having two different numbers or variable in fraction in top part and bottom part negative. Then how you can solve that one, because this was so easy that just one term is there and it has negative sign. But we will look at the second question example. Let's say we have let's say we have 5 to the power of minus 2, then x to the power of minus 3 over 8 to the power of minus 2 and y square. Now this is our question, and we have to solve it. How I will solve it, because 5 power is negative 2, I can't solve it. 8 to the power is negative 2. How this one I also can't solve it. So to solve it, I will bring it down. I will flip them, the negative ones. So I'm going to switch this one and this one and this one. So 8 will go on top, which will become positive 2, and y will square will be as it is here. And then I'm going to bring x to the power of 3 down. When you bring the x down, it's become positive, and when you bring the 8 to the power 2 on top, that's become positive. Now which one is remaining? 5 to the power of 2. So 5 to the power of positive 2. After that, I can open the 8 square, like I have 8 square over 5 square, x to the power of 3 and y square. So 8 square means that 8 times 8, which is 64, over, you will do 5 square, which is 25, x cube y square, and that's our answer. So when you are having 2 terms or 3 terms in fraction form, in numerator and denominator, negative numbers, so you can flip them and you can make them positive, and then you can solve it. Okay, the last one, which is our remaining, let's look at the rule that I have already put it on the board. You can see fractional exponents. Fractional exponents mean that, like, square root, cube root, fourth root, fifth root, like fraction root, you can say, in radical form, root form you can write. So they are saying that, like, for example, you are having a number and it has a, now you have a exponent, but you have an exponent in fraction form, then how you can write it. So let's say we have 2 to the power of 2/3, and this is the fraction. Now fraction is an exponent. Now I want to write into the root form. So this 3 will come outside of the root, and the 2 will be inside. 2 will go inside, and 2 square was that 4. So it will be 3 root of 4. Look, they have also done it like a 2 to the power of 3 over 2, and they wrote 3 inside and 2. In fraction, bottom part will always come outside of the root as root value. This is cube root basically. So let's say we have 8 to the power of 1/2, this fraction, plus 2 to the power of 1/4. Now how we will write this one into root form. So this 2 will come as the root of 8, so it's become 2 root of 8 power 1, plus this one will become 4th root of 2 and power 1. So power 1 you mentioned, no, that doesn't matter, but you should keep in mind that power is 1, plus 4 root of 2. That's it. So these were the rules, basic rules for laws of exponent, like how to solve the exponent question. If you like the video, so subscribe my channel for more videos, and see you in the next lesson. Allah Hafiz.